Today we're going to discuss about the conservation of plant genetic resources in plant tissue culture in biotechnology. Conservation of plant genetic resources. Conservation means saving. Say you are saving the plant genetic resources like you are saving the money in the bank. So you have to save the plant genetic resources also. Germplasm conservation. So you're going to conserve the genetic resources in germplasm like pollen, seeds or the tissues of the plant material that you have to save it. Save it. How you going to save it, that we will see. So the conservation of germplasm or germplasm conservation refers to the conservation of living genetic resources like pollen, seeds or tissues of plant material maintained for the purpose of selective plant breeding, preservation in live condition and used for many research works. So you are saving the genetic resources like pollen, seeds and tissue of the plant material. For what purpose? For plant breeding or to preserve it in the live condition as it is in the live condition, which is used for the research works. The germplasm conservation resource is a part of collection of seeds and pollen that are stored in seed or pollen banks so as to maintain their viability and fertility for any later use such as hybridization and crop improvement. So the germ plasm conservation resources, that is you have to what are all included in the germ plasm conservation means collection of seeds and pollen tubes are stored in the seed banks and pollen banks. How the money is stored in the banks, like that here the seeds and pollen are stored in the pollen and seed banks. Why they are storing like the blood bank? The blood is stored in the blood bank, no, like that. For the viability and the fertility, which can be used for the later use for hybridization and crop improvement programs. So they are used for this. They are conserving the germplasm in the form of seeds and the pollen. So this germplasm conservation may also involve a gene bank, DNA bank of allied breeding lines of plant resources for the maintenance of biological diversity and also for food security. So not only for that, the seed bank and the pollen bank, even you can serve the germplasm in the gene bank also and the DNA bank also for to convert, that is for to save the plant resources which can able to maintain the biological diversity and food security is also served in the form of germplasm conservation. Cryopreservation minus 195 degrees Celsius. Cryopreservation, also known as cryoconservation. Cryo means using the freezing, that is freezing condition minus 195 degrees Celsius. So that temperature you are going to give. So which can be called as cryoconservation with the help of chillness, that is with the help of freezing, you are going to conserve the genetic material in the process by the process of protoplast, cells or tissues, organelles or extracellular matrix enzyme. These are going to be preserved and these are precisely called as biological materials. So they are going to preserve under the cooling condition, that too very low temperature you are going to give, that is minus 196 degrees Celsius, which is preserved in the liquid nitrogen. This they may ask in your 1 mark. At this extreme low temperature, any enzymatic or chemical activity of the biological material will be totally stopped, and this leads to the preservation of materials in the dormant status. So when you are keeping the biological substance under very low temperature like minus 196 degrees Celsius in liquid nitrogen, what will happen? That is no chemical and enzymatic activity takes place. It is completely stopped, and now the biological materials, that is resources, are in dormant status. Dormant means resting status. So later these materials can be activated by bringing to the room temperature slowly for an experimental work. So after you have preserved it in cryopreservation, you have to bring it to the normal, means you have to allow the material, the biological material, to the room temperature by slow process, and you can take it use for the experimental work. Protective agents like dimethyl sulfoxide, glycerol or sucrose can be added before cryopreservation process. So before using to preserve in cryopreservative method, you can add that is protective agents for the biological materials. Dimethyl sulfoxide, glycerol or sucrose can be used before using the cryopreservative methods. Okay. So that they may ask in 1 mark. So what are the protective agents used before the cryopreservative process? Means they can give dimethyl sulfoxide, glycerol or sucrose. So these protective agents are called cryoprotectants. So these three agents are called as cryoprotection, that is dimethyl sulfoxide, glycerol or sucrose are called as cryoprotectants since they protect the cells or tissues from the stress of freezing temperature. So this cryoprotectants protects the material from the freezing temperature stress. Okay. So the stress shouldn't be caused in the biological material. For this cryoprotectants are used. So hope you understand the topic. If you have any doubts, post the doubts in the comment box. I had given the Tamil link in this description box. You can go and watch it if you want. If you like the video, give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel.